Oh! It's
What?
Oh!
What's he doing? Inafune's gonna play his own game? This is the mighty number 9.
Oh, the spirit of Mega Man.
I told that man I loved him.
Did?
I was drunk.
He knew.
Wait, are we really gonna like go into the minutia or like the details of what makes Mega Man baddies give them their power? The flames are his power. It says the fighter has offense and defense, providing close combat, grabs enemies, detonates his body, wrestles.
He uses
victory.
fire.
Yeah.
Wields the ability to freeze absolutely everything. Wait, what about dark matter?
He probably could.
He utilizes both water and ice at will, and he likes to play with his prey on the battlefield.
Just like kitties.
Well, there's one thing he can't freeze.
You can't.
A dinosaur.
Fuck up. I was gonna say light.
Sound?
Her lightning rods remotely control the electricity she emits. Her combat style allows her to use this power to not only attack but control machinery. Short circuit. Did you ever play Mega Man, Becky?
Nope.
You'd have liked it. It was very hard though.
What was it
Very
out on?
challenging game,
Eh?
What was it out on?
especially the early ones.
All of
Like
them?
the first
Like
NES?
Super.
Originally.
Yeah, I didn't
NES
have
and
Super
It was
NES.
on NES.
It was
too.
on
Was it?
Oh yeah, I guess
And
There was like
the one I played the most was
9 on
X.
yeah, I played X.
The
a bunch,
Super NES
too.
one where you have to put in
remember.
the code with the little guys with
4.
helmets on.
I think a lot of them have that.
Does it always have the guys with helmets?
I think at least a few of them.
The
do.
SNES one that had, I think, X in the title. It had a guy with wind.
Yeah, a few of them have
Wind
It
that.
had
Man.
guys where if you
Woodman.
beat them, you took their powers.
X is
you know.
much
Which
more
one was
accessible.
that?
That was X.
That was the X series, alright. He boasts the greatest brute strength among the mighty numbers. Coupled with his excavation abilities, he can instantly reform terrain to his liking.
I played them on emulators. I'm like, oh yeah, I remember how hard this is.
Yeah. Especially the early ones.
Yeah.
Those are brutally hard.
Yeah.
Those are the only ones I ever played. Like 2 and 3 or something.
But tight gameplay, which is why people like
Yeah.
it. I
Yeah.
get it. With spray from his Gatling gun and relentless bombardment from his head-mounted revolver, he obliterates all enemies. He is also quite resourceful and acts as the control tower for the mighty
Oh
numbers.
shit.
He's gun-type Pokemon. Pretty good tunes. Specializing in high mobility, he moves freely through the sky, be it air raids or reconnaissances. Best demonstrates his ability when working in tandem with the mighty man. Get out of the way of our gameplay, man. So very Spartan what they're showing us right now. Basically only showing us the gameplay itself. Like, there's probably going to be background graphics.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. It's pretty basic.
no one
right
wants
now.
those.
And foreground back graphics and
Yeah.
actual ground graphics.
Actual
Yeah.
graphics.
He couples the speed of a ninja with the masterful swordplay. No matter how durable or massive the enemy, all are cut down before his blade. He's blade type Pokemon.
Hey.
How much monies did they make in their Kickstarter? It was a lot.
Billions.
Did it beat the Double Fine Kickstarter? He's an optic camouflage sombrero
Little
type Pokemon.
Eastwoody there.
Yeah, that's definitely
Man with no
Eastwood.
name. Who and a sniper.
Or like every other character he played.
Every Eastwood character.
Real,
4 million?
get off my lawn.
Dirty Harry.
4
Remember
million.
that sombrero inside the cop car? It was weird. 4 million. That's a lot of moolah.
Yeah.
Way more than they needed to make a game like this. Becky.
Oh,
This might be
my
your
name.
game.
That's my name.
This will probably do good.
Maybe he's just
I'd like
got
them
2 turntables and a microphone.
Maybe.
Oh.
Wow.
Where it's at.
I'm
That
also.
The new album?
Oh, you're making this serious.
Actually, it is
no.
good, eh?
Yeah.
It's decent.
Huh?
Beck's new album.
New Black album.
He has one?
Mm-hmm.
I know that he did stuff in conjunction with the Sound Shapes guys. Remember that?
Yeah,
Whoa,
Yes.
whoa!
That
That
was-
guy's name
that
is
was a whole
You
other
Nick
album,
You.
too.
You, Nick, you.
So, when it comes to,
Yeah.
I remember Mega Man being brutally hard in
Yeah.
a way that I guess was rewarding if you had the crazy amount of time to invest in getting good at it and memorizing the levels.
Yeah.
Like most games of the era, but Mega Man in particular had way better gameplay than most games
Yeah.
of the era, which is why it stood out. I hope that this modern iteration, it's not Mega Man, by the way, but it is.
Yeah.
It isn't, but
It is
but
without getting sued.
Yep.
I hope that, I mean, the most recent releases of real Mega Man, like Mega Man 10 or whatever it was, that released in retro style, but actually were brand new games, were brutally hard as well. But they actually added in, I recall, more checkpoints, so they weren't nearly
yeah.
as,
Yeah.
like they still had some modern help
They weren't punishing.
to make you feel like you aren't wasting the only time off you have between your, 7-day-a-week 2 jobs that you work or something like that.
Yeah.
It's why modern gaming conventions, as they are now, make it easier to enjoy games. Yes, they might not
Yeah.
Much more approachable than they used to be.
be, because, approachability matters to people who have a limited amount of time to play
Yeah.
their game. So I hope that it still is challenging, extremely
Yeah,
challenging
yeah,
in
yeah.
fact. But I also hope that it makes me play it and not feel like I just wasted a huge portion of my life trying to get through past this one guy over and over, which is weird because I love things like
Souls.
Dark Souls so much, where I literally spent hours upon hours trying to get
Yeah,
past
maybe
like
you're at the
single
time in
guys.
your life where you can enjoy that now.
I think the best type of game is one that allows you to play it in both ways.
Yeah.
Anyways.
That's true.
K-Shade said this has an easy mode.
It has an easy mode.
Nice.
Yeah. I think that's what you were saying.
Probably play it on that.
So what was the story? So the backstory is
so
that
it's just a glimpse of the actual graphics,
Yeah.
maybe.
so sorry, like it's like so. Is it Capcom owns the rights to Mega Man,
And won't
but have been
do
like
anything?
sitting on it forever? So that's why he went rogue.
It's a very long story.
that the gist?
Is that kind of the gist? Yeah.
No, because there's more to it than that. There's also rumor that even Inafune was kind of a little bit of. I mean, I don't want to say things. It's all conjecture and rumor, but like some people say it's not all one-sided. People love Inafune, so it makes them tend to just hate on Capcom in it. But there are two sides to every
Yeah.
story, and him being the base of that company, like the core of that company, just like Kojima is the head of, like Hideo is like made Konami in a way, is like the godfather there, and Shigeru is Nintendo.
Yeah.
You can imagine that he, when it comes to the bargaining table, probably
Yeah.
really pushes his weight around, and maybe he pushed too far, more than the pocketbook at Capcom would allow. And there's a huge rumored part of the story that says that basically Capcom couldn't afford him anymore, and that it became a very big, bad blood thing because of it. And then there's creative differences I heard, and believe me, I'm not saying that I know any full part of the story at all. I just know that it looks really complicated, and it seems like a lot of conjecture and a lot of rumor and half things being said, and a lot of people just kind of backing up the guy they love in Inafune, regardless. And it's so much easier to hate a company, but who knows what the real story is?
Capcom
The fact is,
promoted him too far away from the process of creating.
oh, that too that's actually a good point. Is I heard that like many creatives, they end up getting too high in the executive ranks, and they're like, I don't want to be here anymore. I don't want to be up here. I want to be back down there. And it just doesn't make any sense for them to be down there anymore.
Right.
Especially for what they're being paid and stuff. Like,
Yeah.
it looks very I think it's probably way more complicated
We
than
really like Capcom too.
I love both Inafune and Capcom. I think that anyways. So our show continues after this.